Hello everybody, Jack the Railfan here. Today I'm going to be showing you my 1957 Chevy 5400 LCF truck. I bought this truck from my grandpa in March and brought it here. I've been working on it a little bit at a time over the months, and over the last month in particular, I've been getting a whole lot done to it. Most recently, carburetor got rebuilt, shined up the fuel line so it won't be stuck anytime soon, gave it new studs, new gasket, new filters in the air cleaner, and lately I've been cleaning the electrical contacts. Not really these so much, because they just go to the headlights and the running lights, turn signals, the good buddy lights. Right here there's a ground. There's a ground right there, and there's a couple down in there that are either not getting anything or are outright broken. So it won't run until those are fixed, but it'll only be a matter of time until those are fixed. And then whatever other issues come up, I'll just take care of those as they come up. This truck was originally built with a 283 small block V8, but was run so hard that the engine had to be swapped. So they gave it almost the exact same thing. This engine is a 1955 265 small block V8, which is basically the exact same engine, the same castings and everything, and they're virtually impossible to tell apart. This could come with a power pack in which you would get dual exhaust, bigger heads, some other stuff my dad knows about, but I keep forgetting. So you can look up Chevy 283 power pack if you want to learn more. This truck has quite the operational history behind it. It was originally owned by Hess Cartage Company of Dearborn, Michigan, and it was all blue with yellow letters and some red accents around those letters. When it was painted red, some of the lettering from the guy that painted it red is still here, but only in outlines and stencil marks, basically. This was truck number 781 when it worked for Hess, and quite a bit of the other lettering, like on the doors, has been lost to the buffing wheel or the sandpaper wheel. It's got some highway letters on it, highway identification. It also said 781 on this corner, but it was at one point very rusted and had to be patched up with Bondo, and the guy that did that job decided he would just take it down to bare metal in order to do it. There's an S, an O, we think is either a 1 or an L, and the end of a phone number that ends with 8 or 099. If you know anything about Hess Cartage Company, leave it in the comments down below, because that information could really help fill in the blanks. This truck has front and rear shocks. Front shocks aren't that uncommon, but rear shocks are a little bit rare. It's got a 2-speed shifting rear end, 4 auxiliary leaf springs in case you want to bottom out your truck doing some incredibly heavy hauling. These tires are military tires that are worn all the way down to the threads, so we'll only be using these on our own private dirt road into our woods. This will, of course, just be a farm truck for myself. I've taken the seat out because it was either eaten by raccoons or squirrels or something, or turned into a food storage apparatus of some kind. So this cab stunk when I first got into it. That's taken care of now, and now smells like vinegar. It's got a tachometer, which wasn't standard with these trucks, but because it was being used for daily heavy hauling, they saw it as a necessity on this one. Has the V-shaped dashboard. We don't know if the speedometer works or not, because it hasn't run under its own power in 25 years, but soon enough. We do have the key, which is great, but it has been swapped out. It's not the original key. It used to have a radio. We do have a replacement radio for it, as crazy as that sounds. But for right now, it just has a switchboard with barely legible writing to tell you which switch does what. Has a heater, has a poorly replaced latch on the glove box door, has a 4-speed manual transmission with floor shifter, of course, because this was a semi-truck at one point. There's the emergency brake, PTO handle, and that is how you control the 2-speed shifting rear end, so you can put it in low for extreme towing. Right there is where the gas pedal was. I pushed on it a little while ago, about a month ago, and it just broke. And that's the result of lots and lots of drivers coming in with probably pounds of salt on their boots in total. So I'll get myself another hinge for that and put the old pedal back on. All in all, this is a pretty nice truck on the inside. There's where the speaker used to go for the AM radio. We have the headliner, but it was spray painted, so I don't know what we'll do about that, because this cab is supposed to be a very light gray under all this green. These first 3 pictures are from late March, on the day I bought it from my grandpa. It had been sitting in the same place for 25 years, with a rusty fuel delivery tank on the back. My dad put it there so he wouldn't have to store it on the ground and have it rust away. We hauled it home on a 9-ton Eager Beaver flatbed trailer pulled by my grandpa's Toyota Tundra. Its engine was easily capable of the job, but the rear suspension, barely. Here you see it sitting a week after we brought it home, with the tank removed and the frame having been wire brushed and covered in primer as it is now. Here you can really see where it started to regain its identity as Hess Cartage number 781, and got its windshield cleaned. Now, let's take a look at some pictures of other Hess trucks on the job. Here we see Hess Cartage 1060, a GMC semi-truck, with 2 trailers behind it. In this, quite frankly, poorly colorized picture of Hess Cartage number 1250, we can see that this GMC Cannonball was powered by a 471 GM diesel, hence the nickname Jimmy painted on the hood. Unfortunately, the number of this Hess truck is obscured from view. However, you can easily tell that it is a Mack and is hauling 2 fuel trailers in front of the Graf dealership that was in Flint, Michigan. Hess Cartage number 548, a Ford F8 with a dummy rear axle added on the back, hooked to trailer number 547. An older Ford F8 hauling 2 trailers. I actually found this picture in a book I already own. And that's it. That's all the pictures of Hess trucks I could find. I wonder if any of them still exist. So that'll be it for this video. I'll make another after I've done some more work. I'll see you in the next video.